Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and we have a little update on Black Panther. Well, as many of you know, we're on the countdown for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and many of us were very hopeful we would get a first look with Thor Love and Thunder, but that didn't happen. Now, it's pretty clear to me we're going to get a first look at this movie during this year's Comic-Con, but over the last couple of weeks, there has been a lot of merchandise that has leaked and given us some peeks at the upcoming movie. Now, obviously, this movie is going to be quite different with the death of Chadwick Boseman, so T'Challa will not be present, but we do know Shuri, Nakia, and Okoye will be a big part of this film, and not only that, Marvel is introducing Riri Williams in this movie. Now, if you don't know who Riri Williams is, she's the character known as Ironheart, and it appears in this first film, she will have a very Mark I version of her Ironheart armor. Now, how do we know this? Well, in some recent merchandise leaks, we got a much closer look at the character. Now, before I show you this promo art, I want to be clear. These are fairly small pictures and they are grainy, but they do give you an idea of what they're going for. Check them out. Now, this first picture features the ladies ready for action, but the second picture gives us a full body peek at Ironheart. Now, I will say, this was not what I was expecting for the first outing of Ironheart, and I don't mean that in a disappointing way. This appears to be, like I said, a very Mark I version of the armor for her, and that was kind of what I was hoping for. You know, in the comics, she kind of goes from 0 to 1,000 miles an hour almost instantly, and one of the things that made the character not connect with part of the audience was there was no learning curve. It appears she's in full development mode during this movie, and I think that'll ultimately be something really good, and by the time we get to her own series, she has room to grow. Now, I suspect some people probably won't like this look, and I do understand why, but I believe it's purely for story purposes, and ultimately will lead to a better character on screen and within the MCU. I suspect Riri will be on her own trajectory most of the movie before she finally teams up with her Wakandan allies. By the end of the film, we may even see Shuri lend her a helping hand, and this will lead to that next version of the suit that we'll probably see in the series. This is the final movie of 2022 and drops in theaters on November the 11th. Now, we do know Tenoch Huerta is playing Namor the Submariner, which is a really big deal, and he also got a pretty big character redesign as well as some of the supporting Atlanteans, so we shouldn't really be surprised that Ironheart looks a bit different, at least for this movie. Now, we're going to follow Ironheart until the series drops. I'm actually expecting that sometime next year, but I don't think we have a release date on that yet. But if you want to get all the updates, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any details. But until we know more, what do you guys think? What do you think of this first look at Riri Williams' armor in the MCU? And how do you feel about Marvel Studios kind of taking their time and making her walk down that Mark I path? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.